Y'all, black women have totally let themselves go. I'm talking about to a whole new low. Have y'all seen the 12-foot statue that they are praising and so excited about, raving about on the internet, complaining that people aren't on board with it? If you don't know what statue I'm talking about the black fat, I think they call it the black, fat, ugly statue of a black woman who's overweight, underdressed, and doesn't care about her life. All right. So we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about having an appropriate standard because at the end of the day, us ladies set the standards. Okay, we set the standard. We are responsible for passing down culture. And that's why we're going to talk about this today. All right. I'm Tamera. You're watching the Tamera Nealy Show. I would like to welcome back all my returning subscribers. And if you're new here, I would like to let you know I am sure happy you're here. Okay, I want to let y'all know something. I love you so much because guess what? I spent like 4 hours talking to you. And I went back and I looked at the footage and found out that the audio was not connected correctly. So I'm like, OMG, but I promised you a video. You're getting one tonight. So if it comes out it's 8:30 now. So if it comes out at 10, you are a trooper for joining us. And I'm so happy you're here, okay? And I'm happy if you join later on now. But I just want to say, the ones who are here right now, you guys are amazing. Thanks for joining. Anyways, so you may be wondering, why are we talking about this? What is the issue with this black fat statue of a woman? Well, we're going to talk about that. But before we do, let's get into a word of prayer. Okay? Because prayer is not our last resort. It is our first. And I want to give God some honor and praise. Lord, I just thank you for today. Thank you for the opportunity to join a conversation with so many people around the world. Lord, I just ask you to help this conversation to be insightful and productive. Lord, I just ask you to help me to share the resources that I have to help other women, because at the end of the day, I know that you want us all to be successful. And some of us, we all have something to add to the conversation. And I just pray that you just bless our country, help us to set a great standard for the next generation, and just help us to love each other and help each other to be better. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the first segment of this show. So here are some pictures of the statue I've been telling y'all about, okay? So it's coming across your screen now. This is the black woman statue that they are putting on a pedestal. And the person who created this statue is named Thomas J. Price. He's from Britain, and he basically put the statue up because he wants to show that DEI is represented, okay? And y'all already know, I think DEI must die because it's actually not helping anyone. It's really just holding people back from reaching their full potential and realizing what's inside of them, who they've been created to be. This black woman does not look happy at all. She does not look healthy at all. She does not look like a black woman that any child should be aspired to be like. As much as my mom did not like Beyonce growing up, okay, when I was growing up, I wasn't even allowed to listen to Beyonce. But at the time, this was the standard, okay, and that was not too long ago. I'm only 23 years old, okay, I told you my age. You finally found out, okay, so back in the day, that was not the standard. How have black women lost their standards so much so that they are now praising this? Like, can we really have y'all really gone that low? Because really it's sad because it's not helping you. It's not helping your health. And to be real, we know that obesity causes a lot of problems. There are no benefits to it. Okay. You can get diabetes, heart disease, which is like a number one killer in America. And also it lowers your chances of getting married and being reproductive. Let's just have an honest conversation. Men have standards. They want something. And at the end of the day, we know that men are visual. So they want something good to look at now. Okay? And so I'm just saying, if you want to get married, which most women do, you might have to put in a little bit of effort. I'm not saying you got to be a size 0, but take care of yourself. Show that you're a lady. Show that you love yourself and that you care about yourself. Okay? This black woman don't look happy. I want to show y'all like a series of videos really quick of black women defending this statue. They're upset because they're being called fat, black, and ugly. And at the end of the day, you got to face yourself and realize that being overweight, even Lizzo doesn't want to be overweight anymore. Even Lizzo has given up on, being just celebrating fatness. Even she's like, you know what? I'm ready to actually take care of myself. And that's the thing is, I get it. Okay. I really do. Some women cannot, they have health issues that kind of make it to where it's hard for them to lose weight. But that's not all women, and that's not the majority of women, okay? Most women can take care of themselves. And I know having a conversation about weight is a sensitive topic, but it's one that we've got to have, because if we continue to praise this sort of mindset and we continue to praise these bad habits, it's only going to hurt the country. It's only going to hurt the next generation. And really, it's only going to hurt the people who are doing it, which we know that being overweight is a huge issue for women in the black community. 4 out of 5 black women are overweight. That is very concerning. And we know that only 1 in 4 black women will ever marry in their lifetime. Weight is a huge issue in the black community, along with having children out of wedlock. We know that men want women who are fit, feminine, submissive, cooperative, and childless, single and childless, okay? That's just what they want, and we were designed for a special purpose. We were designed to make men happy, okay? It's just a reality. Men go to war for beauty, ladies, okay? They will go to war for it. They will compete for it. And we got to continue to give them something to work for, because they deserve that. Men built this world. It's just the reality. We maintain the world. We take care of it. It's awesome. We keep it sweet. We keep it together. We do all that stuff. But the men go out there and they do the hard work. Let's give them something to appreciate and something to adore. Okay? I'm just saying. She's upset because she thinks that they could have dressed her better. I don't know if she's really the person that this statue was made after, but basically she looks like the statue. So we'll just go with it. So she wishes that they would have made her look differently. Look at what she thinks they should have made her look like.
Store and grab some toothpaste because you forgot it. Look, this is not the look that I wanted y'all to do. More like this, cutesy belly shirts, because you know they only for bitches with bellies. Maybe a side part, you know what I'm saying? Maybe a side part, or something more business casual, Yeah. Maybe bun updo. That would have been cute. I'm gonna need y'all to do a little switcheroo.
If we're honest, we know that young lady does not love herself and is not taking care of herself. And really, to be honest, she could change that if she just start really caring about herself. I remember when I've never been overweight before, but when I was in college, my freshman year of college, I decided I gained the freshman 10 or 15, okay, because they had a unlimited canes, basically. It felt like it was unlimited, and it was right by our apartment. We were constantly going there. And one day I woke up and I look in the mirror and I'm like, hold up, I'm not bloated, I'm just fat. And so I started getting a little stomach on me. And so I was like, you know what? I need a change. This is not attractive. At the time, I had just started listening to Kevin Samuels, and I was like, no, this is not it. And at that time, I was not getting the attention that I wanted. Now, obviously that's changed. But I recognize at that time, I'm not getting the attention that I really want. So something's got to change. And so I got me a trainer, got me a dietitian, and I had really bad acne at the time. So obviously I went on a skincare journey, got me a therapist, went through therapy, great experience. A lot of people should go through therapy just to have somebody to talk to, learn how to problem solve, learn conflict resolution skills, learn how to kind of understand your childhood and what went wrong, what went right, how to view it through the correct lens. Not, like you can learn so much through going to therapy. Did all that stuff, started really caring about my style and everything. And I can tell you, I feel so much more confident, so much more secure. Even got my smile, got Invisalign. I mean, I went through a whole process. People see me now and they think I'm AI. Okay. Obviously I'm not AI, but there's probably a reason why, people think I'm AI, because it's not, it's like America has kind of let the beauty standard go down, and I would like it to see it go back up. Okay. I would love to see that. And it can change if women are willing to face the reality of you got to do work. Okay. You have to be willing to deny yourself of something so you can get something else. Delay gratification. Stop eating out. Stop, eating past 8:00. Go to the gym, get good sleep, drink enough water. You're going to feel so much better about yourself. Even if you decide you're one of those women who is strong, independent, don't need a man, which I don't recommend having that mindset. But if you decide you want to be that woman, you do you. But I'm just telling you, if you decide to work out and take care of yourself, you're going to feel so much better. You're going to feel so much better. You're going to be able to fit your clothes better. You're going to have more self-esteem. It's going to make you feel more comfortable. Then, instead of having that black statue of that woman who's not even smiling, she's just looking mad at the world, we can start seeing some more positive statues of black women. Because that black woman is not the standard. This black woman should not be the standard of black beauty. I'm just saying, I'm going to be that person to say it, and that's just that. So anyways, let's go to the next video.
Ugly monster. That's what I'm hearing.
Hold on.
I need y'all to do a little switcheroo.
Fat, black, ugly monster. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. Me, your auntie, your cousins, maybe a sister of yours, your grandma, we all shape the same. We all look the same. See, we can change the way that we're shaped and we're built, but you can never change the bad attitude that you have.
See how she immediately has to attack women who choose to take care of themselves and automatically assumes they have a bad attitude, that they're this, but that they're that. See, that's really a defense mechanism, and all it is just jealousy. She wishes that she could be like those women. And it's sad because in the black community, these women, the women who look like her and act like her, are the women who try to put down young black women who are trying to be different. Young black women who are like, I don't like that culture, that sort of cultural mindset. I don't want to be a part of it, and I want to do something different. I would like to get married. I would like to have a family. I want to hold a good standard. These type of women try to put those black women down. And I'm telling you, if you're one of those black women who have been put down by these type of women, just walk away from them. Get away from them. Get new friends. You don't have to hang out with your family just because they're your family. If your family is holding you back from the life that you want, you got to let some people go. Because they're not going anywhere. This woman, more than likely, is going to be the same weight or even bigger in the next 10 years. She's going to have the same problems in the next 10 years because she has a fixed mindset. She's not wanting to grow. Have a growth mindset. Be willing to raise your standard. And that's not for everybody, okay? It's not for everybody to be excellent. But if you want to reach that standard, just know that it is attainable for you if you're willing to put in the work, if you're willing to put in the effort.
Acting like penny wise, bitch. Like that's what it's given. You ain't in the gym being fit and fine and fabulous. You in the gym because you have insecurities and flaws that you don't want to face. You're a scary. You don't want to admit that you like eating the things that you like to eat.
Ma'am, you shouldn't be calling any lady outside of their name. You're a lady yourself. But see, that's the thing, is you don't have self-respect for yourself. So then you try to attack other women who do respect themselves. And that's the thing, is I haven't said anything disrespectful about you. I could probably say things, but I'm not going to be that person because it's not going to be helpful. But the last thing you need to do is be attacking other women because they're trying to do better. You yourself need to be doing better. And so what if it's mama, grandma, auntie, or whoever else is living that unhealthy lifestyle? They shouldn't be living that. They need to change, because that is going to lead to unhealthy results. That's the reality of the situation. But you're not ready to have the conversation, but I am.
You just don't want somebody to call you a big back bitch when you're eating them because you're not comfortable in your skin. You're not comfortable with who you are. I get it, babes. It's cool. It's okay if you want to go ahead.
Of course. They always say women who are actually trying, they hate themselves. Oh, it's self-hate. It's always opposite. You know, upside down world. We always talk about it on this show, but it's just like crazy. If you're doing the right thing, oh, you're the problem.
And adhere to the standards, to the beauty standards of which you're not even a part of because you're not a white woman.
See, oh, there it is. So it's only white women can be healthy. Do you see how backwards this is? Health has nothing to do with race. But these women are so set in their ways. They have such issues that they need to work on. The mental health issues that are happening in the Black community are out of control. Stop being delusional. You know good and well that a BMI scale has nothing to do with you being Black or you being white. It has everything to do with you setting a healthy standard and caring about your weight. It has nothing to do with what race you are. But that's the thing, is they say that math is racist, health is racist, everything is racist if it holds them to a higher standard. When are we going to have a real conversation in the Black community? Because this is not healthy. This is what leads a community to die. Is when you put this sort of mindset in a statue, when you set this as the standard, your community dies. And guess what? I'm here to tell you, this ain't the standard. This is not what the Black community should be looking forward to. This is not how the Black community should be represented. I would like to see, if we're going to have a Black statue, I want to see an eloquent, fit, sexy, because I'm sexy. Black young lady representing the Black community as a statue. Get someone who looks feminine, who has a nice skirt on, maybe a nice top. Give her some nice jewelry. Let her make her look classy. And that's amazing. That's setting a good standard. That's raising the bar. That's what I would like to see. More of that. Because at the end of the day, it is in our reach. Okay? You can be so much more than who you are. All you got to do is believe you can do it. I don't get on here to bash Black women and all that. No, I'm just telling you, it is in your reach. I remember when I was getting in shape, I used to think that I could never have a six-pack. And then I got a six-pack and I'm like, wow, I could totally do it. But I had to start imagining myself with a six-pack. And I had to start working toward it. And my trainer was so surprised by how quickly I lost the weight. But he told me, hey, this is what you need to do that. I, started drinking my smoothies and I lost it in no time. And now for the past 4 or 5 years, I've been going to the gym 3-4 times a week, mostly 4. And enjoying this lifestyle. It's so in your reach if you're willing to try it, and willing to get a little bit uncomfortable. You can do it. I know you can. But let's go ahead.
Let's clock that. But I dare. And I speak as a woman who used to be skinny, okay? I got fat because I got 4 kids, honey, and I just let myself go. But I found myself. So I know that.
You probably got fat because, maybe the kids, and also you didn't have a healthy habit of going to the gym, and you've been eating unhealthy since day one, drinking the Kool-Aid with too much sugar and eating the unhealthy food. The baked chicken, the fried chicken and the baked macaroni is what got you here, and the yams and collard greens. Okay, so be realistic. You haven't had healthy standards.
It's time. I can always get back to who it is that I need to be. Fine. Okay? But let me say this, though. Do you think that you have a one-up on us because you're built like a pogo stick with 2 helium balloons behind? It's the niggas that y'all like that get caught with bitches like us. And you're bad. You're bad. So there's one.
It's a difference between sleeping with a man and a man marrying you. Kevin Samuels, I'll play a clip from him later on. He'll address that.
Is speaking on the statue, the 12-foot statue of a black woman that was built in New York's Times Square. And she says that why would they put that fat, black, overweight, out of shape, ugly, monstrous black woman that they claim represents black women? That's not the representation of black women. Oh, so you want us all to be shaped like a popsicle stick with chicken legs, okay? And 2 rows of tissues behind our backs. You want us all to be shaped like that, huh? We can't look like how we naturally look, like how your mama been looking after 6 kids, how your mama look after 2 kids, how your grandmama been looking, how your aunties been looking. They can't put us up. We can't represent what we actually look like mothers.
Well, here's the reality with that, okay? And I want to say this. We're seeing more and more. I can understand if a woman has children and she does get overweight and she's married and, she's already been down the road of, that's a whole nother conversation. But I'm noticing more and more black young women who are like 20, 19, maybe 25, 26, and they're way overweight. And they're not married, they don't have children, and they're not eligible on the dating market because men have a standard, and most men like women to care about their fitness. It's just a reality. They want fit women. And so we know this, and most black women know this by now because most of y'all have seen Kevin Samuels. He told you that men want a woman who's fit, feminine, cooperative, submissive, childless, and single, of course. You know the standard by now. This isn't a surprise for you. What is sickening is the fact that the world is just like, you know what, forget it. We're going to let you be that big fat, black, ugly queen that you are because we don't care. We're going to let you be that person because we're making money off of you. Who are the number one consumers in the country? Black women, single black women. And so the thing is most black women, when they actually face themselves, they do want to be married. They do want to be mothers. And unfortunately, 1 in 4 black women will marry in their lifetime. And it's because when they're young, when they're in the prime of their life, they let themselves go because they're afraid of getting married or they're afraid of what people will think of them. They're afraid of women like this who tell them, well, Big Mama's fat. And, just be like Big Mama, be like Auntie, be like this person. No, be yourself. And I know there are young black women watching this right now who are like, Tamera, I want to be different. And I say, go for it. It may be uncomfortable for you because your community is maybe going to treat you differently, but who cares what they think? They're just jealous of you. They want to be you. That's just the reality. But they themselves don't want to hold themselves to a higher standard to get to where they want to be. So then they settle, they let themselves go. She's even admitted she's let herself go. And then they wonder why is this happening to me? Am I not protected? Why is this? Why is that? And it's because when were in the prime of their youth, they didn't take their life seriously. They end up becoming a baby mama, dealing with the baby daddy drama. And they end up letting themselves go. I don't want that to be the standard for the Black community. Unfortunately, it is, but they can change it if they choose to. But first, you got to start out with being truthful. You have an issue. There is an issue in the community that has to be addressed. Okay? And so, obviously, we know that obesity is happening in the country. And when I tell you, when I studied abroad and I came back here, because I studied abroad in London, and I remember coming back to an American airport and I saw how overweight Americans were. And I'm like, wow, we have problems here. So I know RFK Jr. is championing, he's focusing on Make America Healthy again or something like that. Hopefully he's doing a good job. To be honest, I haven't really stayed up on that, but hopefully we can get control of this, because it's out of control, and we shouldn't be praising it and making statues out of it. It's just ridiculous.
Like the mother? Huh? Girl, hi. And y'all got the nerve to say this and do this right after Sinners, where Andy was representing a nice Southern Black woman who's built like me with my titties hanging to the ground. Are you serious? Y'all was glorifying how I was good in representation of Sinners because it's not the same as it's been looking all these years.
Girl, I didn't see that movie, so stop. Next person.
Like your mother. She looked like your mother, your aunties, your cousins, your nieces. Any Black woman in your family, she looked like me. I am very happy that she's there. She's 12 feet tall. She's very intimidating. When you walk by her, you just gotta respect her. You don't laugh at her. And the only person that should really be mad is a Black woman.
That's a lot. Okay, so she says that basically people have to walk by the statue when they go to work, and she's an intimidating figure, and she's to be respected. Why does she's talking like the Black statue is a man. Naturally, masculinity, men are going to be intimidating, which I wouldn't describe men as that, but if we're going to say a man or a woman is intimidating, traditionally, it's probably going to be a man, respectfully. Okay? Women are supposed to be feminine and sweet, not intimidating. So that's why I'm saying this. But anyways, she's describing the Black woman like a man. Men want to be respected. Women want to be loved. I don't know what world this Black woman is living in. She should probably, no offense, ma'am, but you really need to take off this wig. It's good that you're not wearing a whole lot of makeup, and just be yourself. See yourself. Get in the gym, drink more water. I like your nails and everything. Nice nails. Got on a nice watch here. Just be yourself. Stop trying to be intimidating and stop trying to be this masculine presence. You're perfect. Like, being feminine is actually beautiful. It's what men want. Okay. It's what is actually needed in this society, and what's missing is a balance of masculine and feminine. You got these women trying to be super masculine. You got the men, some of these men becoming more feminine. It's just like, what world are we living in? We got to have gender roles. We got to have standards in order to keep this country going. If we don't have standards, if we don't have gender roles, if everybody is just anything they want to be, this civilization is close to being over. We know the average country lasts approximately 250 years. And America is on that. We are literally celebrating 250 years next year. So we gotta get a handle on this. Okay? So let's see what else is on here. She talked for too long. Let's see what this Black woman has to say.
You're not a safe space for Black people. You're not a safe space for really anybody, but especially not for Black people, especially for people who exist on various spectrums of Blackness. Because the truth is that even if that statue was 600 pounds, quote unquote obese.
What is this quote unquote obese? Ma'am, the statue does look obese. She don't look like she's fit. She doesn't look like she takes care of herself. She's not even smiling. She has on what looks like to be just leisure clothes. You have too many Black women showing up to Walmart wearing the bonnets, wearing the pajamas, going out in public looking a hot mess. We need to bring back the days when black women didn't leave the house with a bonnet on, because that was seen as low self-esteem, low self-worth.
Still represent the black community. Why? Because there are black people, black women who exist that are 600 pounds plus.
Yeah, but that shouldn't be the standard, and that shouldn't be praised, Mel. What else do you have to say? Because I'm about to get to the next topic.
Why is that a problem? We don't want to promote.
Ma'am, we literally just spent several minutes explaining why this is a problem. Go watch the video.
Obesity. You're fat phobic. You don't want to promote obesity. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Obesity? Representation is promoting obesity? Oh. I think what
representation is promoting obesity. In this case, yes, it is. Y'all got this 12-foot black woman statue on here making it seem like that should be the standard for black women. No, obesity shouldn't be the standard. That's unhealthy. That causes death. That causes premature dying. Premature deaths. That causes health problems. That causes insecurity issues. That causes self-esteem issues. That causes relationship issues. You can't think clearly because you got too much sugar in your system and you got too much salt in your system. Being healthy, taking care of your body actually makes it easier for you to be able to live life to the fullest. We cannot start praising that, because then kids look up to that statue and they're like, ooh, I think I want to be like that black woman right there. That big, fat, black, ugly woman. Is that really what we want the kids to be looking up to? Okay, y'all. So I want to quickly play a clip from Kevin Samuels. A lot of black women don't like Kevin Samuels. Shout out to the roommates for posting this video of him. I appreciate you. I love Kevin Samuels, okay? He was a great man. Loved watching his content. I used to watch him like every single day. I found him when I was a freshman in college. He changed my life. And shout out to the Kevin Samuels people out there, people who love him and who watch his content, because he's awesome. And he had great ideas. He was an image consultant, and he helped so many black women in the black community get married, get the outcomes they want out of life. And he just told them the honest truth. And I loved how he did it.
No standard, no nothing. And you can do that. But at the end of the day, men are the consumers and men aren't buying it. Because see, here's the thing. You can be an average, acute looking woman. And years ago, you could have got a man, a husband. But now when you are trying to put on someone else's hair, put on some, even if you don't do that, but just the weight is doing a lot, man. I can't say in the black community the weight is doing a lot, because I have women who are calling in who don't even realize that it's an issue. I had a woman call in the other day, and I said, ma'am, at your height and your weight, I mean, no offense, ma'am, but you're the size of a middle linebacker. And she said, no, I'm.
Which looks like that statue. That she looks like she could be the size of a linebacker. Look how big she is. Come on, we got to be real.
I'm like, and I went and pulled up Lawrence Taylor, NFL great. I'm like, and I was like, he's 4 inches taller than you. She was shocked. So how do we get this back on track? Well, when 4 out of 5 of our sisters are overweight and no one can tell you nothing, I don't know who can get through to them. We have to start having women be honest with each other. Because when you're raised in our culture, mom leaves the house. Which
is unfortunate that mom is leading the house, but it's because so many black women are coming from broken homes, and they recreate the broken home. They create the cycle. They go on and on and on. And then you see people on TikTok, like that 26-year-old woman with 6 kids went on the way celebrating the fact, celebrating that sort of lifestyle. That is actually toxic. It's not helping anybody, and it's creating more generational trauma for the kids. But a lot of black women don't care about how they affect the next generation because they're selfish. It's just the reality. People in general are becoming more and more selfish. They don't think about anybody but themselves. They don't think about the fact that they don't even have the money to be even raising the kids, don't have the stability to raise children. But then they continue to open their legs, have these kids, perpetuate continue this cycle. And then these are the same women who get on here and say, you need to accept them and you need to stop hating on them.
Hear it from me, but until women start actually having, let's just use it, thoughtful, respectful conversations about, hey, we need to probably do this for our own health, for men or whatever, because men don't care why you do it. We just want it there. Because here's the thing. Men can't turn off and on their provider. If a man falls on hard times, stop producing, we can judge it. And if a man's not masculine, we can judge him. Well, we got to have that standard back up for men and women. And the question is, are people really willing to do it? And I honestly have more faith that they are than they're not.
That's a great point. And I think
I hope so.
Challenges is with this hookup generation. The problem is a lot of women confuse sexual attention from long-term retention, right?
Yep.
They confuse that because somebody's willing to have sex with you. That doesn't necessarily mean that same person will marry you, and there's a lot of times the case. So from your personal experience, if you're advising a young woman who wants to be married, what are some of the things that men are looking for in a woman if they're desiring long-term marriage and relationship?
Well, one of the biggest things outside of the weight, fitness. Fitness is just a standard requirement of all men. Like you said, don't confuse short-term access with long-term commitment. When I talk about getting a high-value man, I even try to turn it to getting a high-value husband because people are equating the two. Then the second one, this one's gonna hurt. No children. 51% of black men are single and childless. 64% of them are in the middle class. We've been told.
I talked to a little 16-year-old girl on the plane when I went out of town somewhere, and talked to her on the plane. Real sweet young black girl, really sweet. And I remember us having a heart-to-heart conversation. Her and I happened to be sitting next to each other, and I'm just like, don't have kids. Like, don't have kids out of wedlock. Don't be that young lady who just throws your life away because you're feeling insecure. You feel like you want love. You're looking for love in all the wrong places. That's what my mom told me. Don't look for love in all the wrong places. Put God first. Get connected to a good church. Get to know your value. And in the church, they need to start talking more about this stuff too. Relationships, dating, all these conversations need to start being had in the house of God first. But they're not talking about it. They're just telling women, oh, just pray about it. Your husband will just come along. It'll work out. And that's just not always how it goes. You got to put in effort. And that's the thing, is women want a great reward for minimum effort. Men have standards, and they should have standards. They work hard. Men built this world. Women maintain the world. So give the men what they want. Okay? This is what they want. This is what they've been asking for. Give it to them.
You know, all these other things. But if a man doesn't have children, he doesn't want to necessarily raise another man's children. I say, ladies, understand. Women tell men what you think they deserve by your looks and your weight. So what are you telling men what you think they deserve? So the looks, the lack of children, and then here's the other thing. We talk about femininity, beauty, inspiration, all that. Really, it's cooperation. Men just want you to be cooperative. Can you work with me? Work with me. And that's what more than anything else. Now, I say women are great if they're feminine, beautiful, and inspirational. I have a higher standard because I feel like that if you want the best, you should be the best. You should not want a man who is a master of the universe and he's just getting he has to work to become that.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining this episode of the Tamera and I'd Show. I just want to say quickly to check out this book. It's called For Women Only. It's about understanding the inner lives of men. And I'm telling you, this book has truly changed my life and helped me to see men through a biblical lens, and this book is great for women who are maybe wanting to be married, who are married, who maybe are thinking about marriage, but not sure. I mean, it's a great book. The last chapter is actually dedicated to taking care of women's health. And so that's a great resource. I recommend reading, learning, educating yourself. All that stuff is so important. And that's how we actually get to know men, is reading books, talking to them, saying hi to them when we're at the grocery store, just having platonic conversations with them. Not everything has to be about relationship. Just learn how to just talk to a man. And so, which leads me to my final point. Some of you saw the community tab. Special announcement. I am going to be hosting a new segment of the show, and it's going to be called Ask Tamera. So you can ask me anything, and just email me. Okay. Email me your question. If you could keep it to a minimum of a couple sentences, not too long, not too short. Just give me enough information to where I can understand what your question is. That would be great. So that I can get to as many questions as possible. But I want to try this out because I have been getting emails, and I'm just like, why not make a segment out of it? Like, that would be cool. So you can ask me about relationships, dating, politics, the case I've been covering. I mean, we can talk about anything. Okay. Just keep it PG. Now, keep it respectful. I've gotten some weird DMs. So just keep it respectful. And you'll get your question answered more than likely. We'll see how this goes. My email is TheTameraNealyShow@gmail.com. It will be in the description. Also, if you made it to the end, I want to thank you so much. Thanks for hanging out with me for this evening show. I love you so much, and you'll hear from me soon, okay? Love you.